Box and whisker. A box and whisker plot divides a set of data into 4 parts by marking the median, upper, and lower quartiles, and the upper and lower extremes. Each part contains 25% of the data. So here's a box and whisker plot. Our lower extreme, our upper extreme, here's our median. To the right we have the upper quartile and the lower quartile. The box represents 50% of the data. The lower quartile represents 25%, and the upper quartile represents 25%. So we're going to create a box and whisker plot using our calculator. So let's get that out. So we're working with statistics, so we're going to be using the statistics key. So hit Stat, and we're going to be entering our data in. So here I have a list of data, so I'm going to clear that. I'm going to arrow up, hit clear, arrow down. And now I'm going to enter my data. Now that I've entered my data, I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to check that my data has been entered accurately. And it has. So now I'm going to plot this. So normally we hit the Y equals key. But we're plotting statistics, so we're going to hit the stat plot key. So we're going to hit the second and then the Y equals. And we're going to go ahead to the first one and we're going to turn the plot on. So my plot's on, and then we toggle to the right, then down, to the right, to the right, to the right. And I'm going to highlight the box and whisker graph. So my plot is on, and I've highlighted box and whisker. So I'm going to second mode or second quit. And now I'm going to plot the data. So I'm going to go to the zoom key, and I'm going to go to number 9, zoom stat. And I'm going to hit enter, and there I have my box and whisker plot. When we draw a box and whisker plot, we have 5 important points. So I'm going to hit my trace key, and the first important point is my minimum, or my lower extreme, which is 5. So let's go ahead and write that on our number line. I'm going to write a 5. And then I'm going to right arrow. And my Q1, my lower quartile, is 15. So I'm going to plot that on my graph, on my number line. Back to the calculator. Toggle to the right one more time. That's my median, is 35. Right arrow again. Quartile 3, or my upper quartile, is 45. And my maximum, or my upper extreme, is 50. Write that down, 50. So those are my 5 important points. So now I can draw my box and whisker plot. From 5 to 15 is the lower quartile, so that's 25% of the data. From 45 to 50 is the upper quartile, or 25% of the data. And then my box represents 50% of the data. And then we also draw a line in here for the median, which is 35. If we can make that a little more. And there's my box and whisker plot, drawn by using my calculator. So here's a box and whisker plot. The lower extreme's 10, the lower quartile is 30, the median is 50, the upper quartile is 80, and the upper extreme is 110. Which measures of central tendency can be calculated using the box and whisker shown above? Calculate it if you can. Well, we can't calculate the mean, but we know the median is 50. We don't know the mode, but we can calculate the range by taking the upper extreme of 110 minus the lower extreme of 10, and our range is 100. What percent of the numbers are between 10 and 30? Well, 10 and 30 is our lower quartile, so that's 25%. Between 30 and 80. 30 and 80 is our box, so that's 50% of the data. And greater than or equal to 30 is our box plus our upper quartile, so that's 75% of the data. What numbers do you know are in the data set represented by the box and whisker above? The only numbers we know are the lower and upper extremes, 10 and 110.